In the vast expanse of the Starfield universe, where alliances are forged and broken, one name stands out among the shadows: Bobby friggin' Katz. A seemingly ordinary character, yet whispers of his true allegiance echo through the corridors of the Varun Empire.
Snakes and serpents will eat you all!
Today we delve deep into the enigma of Bobby Katz. That's right, I hope you like investigative journalism because we're blowing the friggin' lid off of this. Our story begins in New Atlantis. That's right, every new player has come across this scene. People here have been displaced after their star station had been attacked by Varun zealots.
For you, Bobby, that includes meeting your new foster parent.
My parents aren't dead. They just took a different shuttle. I'll see them when they get here.
This line is our introduction to Bobby. He's so optimistic about his parents still being alive despite having a massive attack on the star station, which, by the way, these are the only survivors thus far of the attack. But Bobby, he's so confident that his parents are fine and they're on their way. No one else believes him. Before we move on, I want to point out Bobby's outfit here, where he's clearly wearing the colors of Varun Kai, okay? The pink sky and the dark atmosphere. He might as well be wearing gang colors.
Is that really an appropriate thing to say to a child?
My treatment thus far has been entirely unacceptable.
Now this figure here is Helena Chambers. She's not very nice, but also there's definitely something else amiss about her.
I read all about New Atlantis. So cool! Is it true the Nat train goes 5,000 miles an hour? Or that citizens get special discounts?
His whole life has been turned upside down, and Varun zealots attacked his star station and killed people all around him. And here he is pretending to be so excited about being in New Atlantis. So like, why? I had walked away, but I noticed that no matter how far away I got, Bobby was watching me. Did he get a sense that I was onto him? So later on, Bobby's parents do indeed show up again, framing this as an optimistic look at life in the settled systems.
Bobby mentioned he met you. He's had quite the adventure.
I call them his step-parents to try to throw him off.
You would think that. What is with adults? We're just exploring New Atlantis.
Exploring or spying? I decided to follow them. In what areas are they hanging out? They had a clear view of the Settled Systems News network, and they really liked walking a path over the mast building. These would be devastating targets for the Varun to hit. Now, as I kept my eye on this trio, one thing I noticed is take a look at the parents. They never lead the way. They're always following. Bobby is clearly in charge here. I don't believe these are his parents at all. I believe they are his security detail. And yes, they are armed.
I don't think you know who you're dealing with.
Now, I thought that my investigation had reached a dead end, but what I discovered next was shocking. To really learn what we need to about this character, we need to go back to where it all began. Starstation RE-939.
Communications system critical. Hail terminated.
This is where Bobby lived. This is the station where the Varun attacked. Once inside, we see a grim reality. The scientists working here brutally slaughtered by Varun zealots. In fact, Varun zealots that are still here. The violent takeover is clear as day, but the reasons why are blurry. Now, once I've dispatched some enemies, I begin to poke around in their computers. I find our first piece of evidence against Helena Chambers. She was brought on to make decisions on the research while not even having a scientific background. Who put her in charge? I had been investigating this whole star station, but the problem is it's a science star station. Now, Bobby is a kid. Bobby's not going to be allowed to work in the lab. And that's when I discovered the living area. If we're going to get this kid dead to rights, the evidence we need will probably be here. I quickly learned that I was not alone. A couple of Varun zealots were here. Were they here to clean up evidence, cover things up? It's very likely that evidence had already been tampered with. So I scope out the kitchen area looking for clues. The bathrooms, nothing. Finally, we encounter the kids' room. We find a book about ship repair and a book about jokes. Now, kids love jokes, but why would a child be learning about ship repair? Just a kid's room, right? What you are about to see should shake you to your very core, like any normal kid. He's got stickers up on his wall, up on his furniture, but one sticker in particular left me aghast. Difficult to see with the naked eye, and even difficult to see through a scope. I looked up this sticker, and if you get a close look at it, it's the sticker for the New Discoveries Expedition. Sounds fun, but the logo is a snake encoiled around a planet. Serpents embrace anyone? You might even notice that the ring around the snake is a modified version of the Varun symbol. Why is there a box of ammo in a kid's room? I dig around through the books, finding a couple of folders hidden underneath, wondering why he had files. Maybe he had full dossiers on the scientists working at the station, but the files are now empty. Closing the door, I also noticed a poster on the wall featuring an astronaut and also featuring those colors that Bobby loves so much. Colors that look a lot like the Varun Kai homeworld. Something to remind him of his real home, perhaps? With one more room to investigate, I was not prepared for what I would learn. I find a box of ammo, computer, a living area, a TV, some board games, and for some reason, a big-ass poster asking, who are they? On the computer, we get to this message from Bobby's mother, saying that everyone needs to remember to wash pots and pans you use and don't leave them on the stove. She mentions that Bobby was there to help wash dishes. In a follow-up message, Serena Romo apologizes and says, tell Bobby he's an angel.
The stars will squeeze you.
Is he even a kid? But it's not that Bethesda just makes kids act this way. Look at these kids. They are acting like actual kids.
I was right in the middle of a game when they marched me out here.
Now, before long, I find a harrowing message from Philip Katz, the dad. He says the alarm is sounding and people are dead. He goes on to talk about making a mad dash to the shuttle, but telling Bobby to go find Administrator Chambers. It makes me question this whole scenario. People are dying, and then the dad tells Bobby, go find Administrator Chambers. This feels like part of the cover-up. Finally, in this computer, I find a nice note about recognizing all of the kids' birthdays that live on the station. This is where I arrived at my darkest realization. Where are the other kids? We see that there were 4 kids living on the station. Why is Bobby the only kid to make it out of this attack? Now, regarding Helena Chambers, who had recently arrived and taken control as chief administrator of Starstation RE-939, she enacted the Spectre management system. That's a lot of words just to make your management system be called Spectre. The word for a ghost or a spy. We also learned that she changed their evacuation protocols shortly before the attack. Clearly, she's on the inside. In the face of insurmountable evidence, is Bobby Katz a true master of deception, weaving a web of intrigue right under our noses? Or is he a pawn in a much larger game, orchestrated by unseen forces? The answers lie within the shadows, waiting to be discovered. What do you think about all this evidence? Please comment below. And remember, subscribing is the best way to bring justice to Bobby Katz. You should also check out our Discord. We got a lot of really cool people chatting it up about everything Starfield. And if you really want to support the channel, check out our Patreon. Get yourself some unique t-shirts or stickers. We'll see you in the next video.